Pleasant good afternoon. Also, we have here continuing commentary, Mr. Anna Lakan and Shaquan Collins.
Hey, good afternoon.
Yeah, pleasant good afternoon to you, young Collins.
Hey, good afternoon, sir.
So, just bringing us up to speed, Alexandra College chasing a mama total of 246 for victory. What's your thoughts, son?
Um, Me personally, I think Alexandra can pull it off once our batsmen, stand is taking and facing deliveries.
So, operating from the northern end, skipper Zion Phillip, left arm orthodox bowler. 3 dot balls in the books. And this one is
Batsmen,
arcing back. A loud appeal for LBW. Umpire, the umpire not interested. And another dot in the books. Collins, who's opening the batting for Alexandra? Who's on strike?
so on strike we have Jaden Jordan, and on strike end we have Javonte Mears.
So Jordan getting struck on the pad there again, looking to go back rather than smother whatever spin on offer there. Getting hit on the back foot, but umpire countersing is not interested. 5 balls in the book, so excellent start from the skipper Zion Phillip. And this one is pitched up, looking for that forced in drive down the ground. Just get dribbling back to the bowler. Nicely drifting in swinger there from Zion Phillip. And this one is played neatly.
Misfielded, they are mid off. The batsmen take a single to complete the first over.
So after over number one, Alexandra College in pursuit of 246 victory. They are one without loss.
Sorry, two without loss.
Two, my apology.
Yeah, no worries.
Who's the batter that get off the mark?
Jaden Jordan off the mark.
Jada. Yeah. So, Collins, tell us something about Jaden Jordan. Has he represented Barbados at any youth level?
So Jaden Jordan has been to under 15 trials and under 19 trials, I believe. Um, from a batting perspective, he's a very good striker of the ball. He hits the ball well, but he's very impatient.
Okay, so he basically loves to go hard at the ball, yeah?
Yeah,
When he could possibly a bit more circumspect in his stroke play.
yeah, I agree. Honestly, he times the ball very well. I believe that if he, calms down and relax a bit, then runs will be there for him to score.
So
Cause
opening the bowling for Flair Sports from the southern end. Young, exciting medium piecer from Queen's Park Cricket Club. Laurel Giuseppe, starting from the southern end. He's going to be bowling to Jordan. Right arm batter. So just into over number two. It's a 30 over contest being played here at Alexandra College, home ground. And this
this one
one
is
is
driven lovely over the extra cover region. 4 runs to Jaden Jordan.
and on this deck there's absolutely no error. There's no room for error. If you're too full, you're too short, you are going to travel the distance. The pitch is excellent for batting. So immediately we see that sweeper going out to the cover boundary. This one is played onto the back foot. Goes out to backward point where Dominic Biharis fields. There's no run. So the score 6 without loss in over number two. So what's your thoughts on the Gary Sobers tournament this year?
It was a good tournament for me. especially finishing with 13 wickets. But I believe that I could have done a little better in terms of a beautiful delivery outside the off some just beating Jaden's edge.
Well, in local parlance, we would say that's a Jaffa.
Yeah,
Pitching
it's a
on about
Jaffa.
that off stump and really tailing away from the outside edge from Jordan. So what a piece of a delivery there, right? Skipper Seinfeld. It does have a slip and a gully in place in the event that that ball breaks the edge. So it's gonna be Giuseppe from the southern end. And this one is split into the leg side. It's only going to be a single on offer, so that takes Jordan on to 6. Short delivery. He should have climbed into that, Collins.
Yeah, I agree. But Jaden, he really likes to take his time now. Single, single. Jaden, he likes to take his time when he's ready, but when he gets going, he gets going.
But you know, at youth level, one of the hallmarks to progression would be consistency. Yeah, because remember, your school plays at the highest level in secondary schools here in Barbados, right? So it's obvious that a lot of selectors, coaches, and stuff like that will be looking at all of you guys who are participating in this tournament. Am I right?
Yeah, you're totally right. This one is played on the back foot by Javante.
And it's covered nicely there by Cyan Daniel. Cyan Daniel, young, exciting left-hander, does bowl some off breaks as well. Giuseppe into his first over, really warming to the task here at Alexandra College grounds. And this one is scooted out to cover point. Levi Book doing the business there. So at the end of over number 2, the score
Score is now 7 without loss.
7 without loss in pursuit of 246 for victory. So excellent over there from young Laurel Giuseppe there, just more or less working his way into his spell.
Yeah, I see he's a very consistent bowler from what I've seen so far from him.
And from the previous game as well, yeah?
Yeah, he's a very consistent bowler. He hits his lines and his lengths very often.
He's not he's not what we would say rapid by any stretch of the imagination, but he does enough with the ball to ask some really good questions of the batter's technique.
Yeah, I agree. I agree on that.
So it's going to be Zion Phillip, the skipper of the Flair Elite Sports team, picking up into his second over now. Just ringing the changes here, making some subtle field adjustments. We see Jaden Salafal is now being stationed at a deep wicket. So the skipper going for some early protection. A slip, a backward point, cover, extra cover, mid off, mid on, long on, sorry, mid wicket, square leg, and Salafal doing the business there. And this one, Jordan is neatly forward, plays it out to cover point. Dominic does the feeling. It's no addition to the score. So, what are your personal ambition, as a young aspiring fast bowler, Collins?
Um, this one is pushed to long on. And Jaden picks up his single
So,
as
Jaden
he
just getting
moves
close
on
to
to
that
7.
delivery there. So, the score moves up by 1. It's now 7 without loss in over number 3.
Oh, sorry, 8 without loss.
8 without loss, my apology. So, excellent conditions here for cricket at this Alexandra College ground. Not huge, but I must admit that this deck has been, really a very good batting surface. If you could bend your back early on with a new ball, you are going to get some seam movement, right? As we had seen from when you guys bowled first. Those guys were bowling some Jaffas early up, but once the ball,
This one is driven through cover. Lovely by Jaden Jordan for 4 runs.
so excellent extra cover drive from Jaden Jordan. A lovely extra cover drive there from Zion Phillip. Just getting a bit too full on this occasion. And that ball was caressed through extra cover for a boundary.
Yeah, go ahead. That's it.
Jaden on the
This
back
one is
foot
angled
plays
away
this
to
one.
backward point. Levi Burke does the fielding. So one to the score. One to the score. So it's 9 without loss now, Collins.
Yes, sir.
Oh, this one. Fortune favors the Brave here. Getting a inside edge, an educated edge, as we say. And 2 runs in the piece. So it's now 11 without loss. And that's the end of over number 3. So at the end of over number 3, the score 11 without loss. Yeah. So, young Collins, as we were discussing, have you ever had your speeds being done through a speed gun?
Yes, sir. As I have this early up this year, I have clocked early this year. I've clocked at a nice, just a nice calm 70. But
Okay.
coming down up to now, I've been I've been hitting speeds of 75, 79. This one is driven nicely by Jaden through the mid-on region.
They go for one, they come for two, they're gonna turn for three, but they decide against it. Some excellent work there by Alex Nicholas and restricting the score into 2. So on this pitch, there's absolutely no room for error. If you're too full, you're gonna be driven. If you're too short, oh my
So what
goodness.
a beautiful combat delivery there from Giuseppe.
Yeah, and
Beating
cutting Jordan in half there, bringing him onto the front foot and going past that outside edge. So still a lot on offer from this deck here at Alexandra College. It has been, I must admit, if you're willing to stick it out, there's runs to be scored. And if you do have skill as a bowler, you are also going to reap the benefits. Uh,
Serenier hits Jaden on his pad and 4 leg by signal by the umpire.
yeah, so getting a bit naughty there was Laurel Giuseppe, getting a bit too straight. Unfortunately for Jordan, he wasn't able to get any contact. So it goes down to that fine leg boundary for 4 leg byes. So the total moves on to
20 after 4 overs. 20 without loss.
20 without loss, and we are into over number 5. Into over number 5. And here we see a very soft dismissal indeed. This ball was pounded to the pitch. Is it Jordan? Yeah, Jordan not able to get over that delivery, possibly beaten by the lack of pace. There was Jordan, and just spooning a catch to the wicketkeeper, Riahan Gooding, and he said, "Thank you very much." So wicket number 1. Yeah, wicket number 1 goes down for Alexandra College here. The score 20 for 1, and we are into over number 5. Your thoughts, sir?
pace.
Yeah, that ball possibly just got stuck into the surface because I want to give the benefit of the doubt to Laurel that he possibly tried a slower delivery. I'm not sure, but it did. There was a lack of pace, and hence the reason why he wasn't able to execute. Oh, I see second ball on the over. Huh? Mississippi. Yeah, this is six though, because it started up there. One, two, three, four, five, six. Yeah, six over. Huh? I can't remember.
Zion was dot, 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 single, all dots.
And here we see Laurel getting his tail up here, just bending him back a bit more and touching down just about that six thumb line. Umpire
Single wicket.
signal and a wide.
Wicket.
And this one is played down to third man. It goes down where Costello does the fielding. So one to the total. Should we record the new batter? Okay. So one to the total. What's it?
You have a new batsman to the crease. You have Jerry Headley now.
Yeah, Headley off the mark immediately.
And we have Mears facing.
So Giuseppe runs away from us from the school end, as I would want to refer to it, Collins.
You're correct. You're correct.
Right arm seamer from Queen's Park Cricket Club. Very young, very aspiring, very ambitious young man, Collins, Laurel Giuseppe, and just seems to be getting better and better with every game. And based on what you've seen, what are your thoughts from this young seamer?
My thoughts on him. My thoughts on young Giuseppe. He's a very consistent bowler. He may not be the quickest, but he's very consistent and he holds a very good line and line from City Awesome. I assume he's bowling some away swingers from the right hander.
Yeah, he is bowling some chaffers, just on about that fourth stump line. And if any bowler, right, including yourself, adopt, bowling the channel as we say, right, more often than not, you're gonna get results because just as much as you want to get wickets, the batter's looking for you to, maybe bowl in their areas as well. So it's important that maybe 5-6 meter length, right? It's not full, it's not short. It's just in that in between length that you're really looking to bowl. And this one from Zion, split neatly out of the back foot.
Just one day pushes it on the back foot, 2 extra cover. He gets back again, pushes this one to the same field as well.
And you could see because of the trueness of the surface, the batters could trust the bounce. He could, move neatly back and across and play with high elbows to extra cover. And this one is running away to third man. It will get into the boundary now. So 4 runs to the total. So short and wide, and being played expertly past that first slip, Laura Giuseppe, and away she goes for 4 runs. Yeah. But the Flair Elite Sports innings was set up by a brilliant knock of 93 from Isaiah Graham. Your thoughts on that knock, Collins?
Honestly, he had an amazing knock. He a very clean strike of the ball from what I've seen. As Javonte gets back and cuts this one to the cover point region, but fielded by Point as he came around quickly to pick it up.
Yeah, Levi Book doing some good work there, moving a meter to his right and affecting that stop.
That is Headley, Jared
So Headley comes on strike after the departure of Jordan of Julian, and he comes stylishly forward, plays a lovely forward defense. So at the end of over number
Score is
seven, over number seven,
over number 7. The score is 30 for 1.
30 for one. So give me some insights of about this college, this Alexandra College. What about the history? Have you all produced regional players, international players, from this college? What form are you in this school? What level are you at this school?
So I have recently graduated from here. So what I'm looking to do now, I'm looking to come back here actually to finish school.
Okay, so you just finished what, CSEC, and going on to say A levels.
Yeah, that's really the plan.
Oh, excellent ambition, some you young Collins. Great to see that.
As this one is driven nicely by Javonte, but fielded well from mid off.
So Giuseppe just getting a bit too full. Nice flowing off drive there from Javonte, but good feeling from it off. Alex Nicholas doing the feeling. And this one again is muscle to extra cover where Zion Daniel does the work. So Giuseppe guilty of going a bit too full. And here we see a field change. The gully has now gone into a backward position, backward point position. So just strengthening up that umbrella feel on the offside with skipper Zion Phillip. And this one is pounding to the surface. And instead of the batter's bricks in, the wicket keeper was really not in it. Probably a surprise. Yeah, yeah. That one really taking off Collins from the surface. We haven't really seen that during but probably just bending his back there a bit more and getting that outswinger going, but not touching down in the business area as we would want to refer to it, Collins. And the coach, what's his name? Mr. Hooler. Mr. Hooler just extending his arms at shoulder level, indicating that it is a sundry. Oh, and this one is true. The Fonte there just keeping a trifle low on his way to wicketkeeper Riangoling, but doing a good job by using his pads as his second line of defense. No addition to the score. So it's going to be Giuseppe from the southern end, and lovely areas again. Collins, we must take a look at this youngster because, as you said before, based on what you've seen, he continues to be consistent. Maybe if he just puts on a yard or two more, he could really be a handful, going forward. What's your thoughts on that? Being a fast bowler yourself.
Yeah, as a fast bowler myself, I would say that speed is not everything, but I believe that if he gets a little quicker, then he will for sure be a handful. I really believe that.
Do you think also that he needs to develop that in swinger as well, or possibly learn to use the crease more, where he goes wide on the crease and try to angle that ball back into the right-handers and away from the left-handers.
Honestly, myself, I bowl both the out and the in swinger. So
So
I believe honestly the in swinger is a very good weapon to have because a lot of batsmen in our era of cricket don't really know how to play that in swinger.
well, not only they don't know how to play that in swinger, and I totally agree with what you're saying, Collins, but more so if batters only see the outswinger on a consistent basis, and you're able to touch on that in swinger just about that off stump line and get that ball to really arc back into the right handers, you'd have no answer to it.
This
And
one
this
is
one,
played over mid off by Jerry Heady. Lovely for four.
who's going on? 4 runs there. What's the score now, Collins? Huh? So it's now 31 for the loss of 1 wicket. So first ball of the over from Zion Daniel goes for 4. Nice, a flowing lofted drive there. And quicker there from the young man. Just touching down. And this one, the batsman looking to play that expansive drive through extra cover, not making any contact. And this one is played out to backward point. Levi Book does the work. So the score remains on 31 for 1. And it's normal traffic. That ball in the books. 31 for 1. Jordan Batter. Oh, and here he's beaten all ends up. It goes past the outside edge. Wicketkeeper Rehan Gooding not able to gather it fully, but nevertheless, there's no addition to the score. So the score at the end of over.
At the end of over number 9, I believe, the score is 31 for 1. One, two, three, four, five. This is 4.
Yeah. So 5 overs on the bottom. Yeah, 9. Yeah. So it's going to be Laurel Gasipi out of Santa Cruz in North Trinidad. Lives very close to Maracas Bay, one of our best beaches, if not the best beach in Trinidad and Tobago, Collins. So whenever you visit Trinidad and Tobago, make it a must to visit Maracas Bay. Lovely bacon shark. Have you had Trinidadian food at any time?
Not that I can recall, but from what I've heard from a lot of family members, that Trinidadian food is very nice. Slow delivery here, but Giuseppe goes down the leg side and will run away for 4.
So it's going to be 5 to the total. So the score moves up by 5. It's going to be 36 for 1 in over number 10.
I'm not really sure what his Giuseppe's thought process right now as a fast bowler.
It's a new bowler, Alex Nicholas comes on to bowl.
Well, Alex Nicholas.
Yeah. Yeah, youngster. Possibly one of the babies in the group. Now looking to find his feet, so to speak. Where his cricket is concerned. So a lot of support for this young man. He's improved on tour by leaps and bounds, and a lot of good attributes on this youngster. And this one is short. As I say again, you guys probably expecting that ball to come on a bit quicker and going through the hands, a lot earlier than you would normally do.
This one is driven
Hey, and
beautifully
this one,
by Javante, but fielded well from the
Sajid
sweeper.
Ali on the sweeper on the cover boundary there. Sajid Ali doing some excellent work indeed. So the score moves on by one. It's now
30, score now 36 for 1.
and here he touches down just outside the line of the off stump. Batters have absolutely nothing to do with it and allows it to go through to the wicketkeeper Arian Gooding. So Alex Nicholas getting another opportunity on tour here to continue his development.
This
And
one
this
is
one,
full. Jerry Headley throwing his hands out at the almost at the off stump line. Plays and misses.
so in this year's school competition, how did you all? What was your performance in this year's competition, or is it still on?
The school. So here at Alexandra, we have two different teams. We have a school division team and we have a intermediate team. So for the season, I've been playing for the intermediate team, and that has been going pretty well. More of the bowling. Got got one or two scores with batting. This one, Jero plays on the back foot, misfielded by Point as the batsman take up a single.
Yeah, Dominic Bihari there, not focusing as we would like him to, and the ball dribbles out his hand for a single. And right up in the block hole there from Alex Nicholas. And Javante just squeezes back to the bowler. So at the end of the over, after 10 overs, the score. So the score 38 without loss after 10 overs. Your thoughts? 38 for 1 after 10 overs. Your thoughts on this run chase from Alexandra College Collins?
I thought it's not a bad start. I believe that maybe our opening batsman, Jaden Jordan, could have probably stayed there a bit, but it's unfortunate how he got out. So you can't really be angry at that.
So, Jaden Jordan, has he been very prolific for your college this year in this year's tournament?
Yeah, he has been. He's a very good batsman. Jera plays this one in the air onto long on, which is fielded very nicely as they pick up a single.
Here we see the Jaden Salafel coming off the long on boundary and cleaning up that delivery. Just a single. And here we see a lovely back cut here. They're gonna go for one. That's all it's gonna be. Levi Book is in hot pursuit. Your rifles are returning to the wicketkeeper, and one to the total. But based on what you've seen from this Flair Elite team, Collins, what's your general thought of the composition of the team?
Team is a very nice team. Honestly, they have a lot of batting. and a lot of ball strikers as well.
And an expansive drive there, missing everything, including the wicket keeper. But skipper Zion Phillip taking a good catch there at first slip, but no edge found there, so there's no addition to the score. But a lovely delivery there from Zion Daniel, and goes into the pitch again. Nice piece of the pitch from Zion Daniel, and the batsman just come stylishly forward. There's no run, and it's normal programming. Another defensive shot. No addition to the score. I haven't seen our spinners in operation, Collins. What's your general thought?
Consistency is key. They're very consistent.
And
They
here we
don't, yeah, they don't miss their lines. They stay on their lines. They stay on their lines, which is a very good skill to have at this level.
But do you think that the challenge most of your batters were challenged in our first game that we played?
Honestly, we have to say that our batter is more struggle facing a lot of spinners because here in Barbados we more find a lot of fast bowlers. We're not really a spinner territory like Trinidad.
Yeah, and we generally know that Bajans do struggle when it comes to quality spin bowling. Yes, we would be in agreement, Collins, that these guys are just starting off their careers, but the composition of that spin quartet, they've really made a name for themselves in this Gary Silver's tournament because every team that we played against, some of the guys, they had absolutely no clue what was going on, especially our wrist spinners. It's going to be Alex. And this
This
one,
one played.
oh, what a wonderful bit of fielding there by Levi Burke at a cover point, a single on offer. He just seems to dry his hand a bit there, but a lovely flowing extra cover drive there. Single, one to the total. It's going to be Alex Nicholas from the southern end or the school end. And here, that is neatly played out to extra cover, but Daniel in hot pursuit. No addition to the score. So Alex Nicholas here getting an opportunity to develop his craft as a seamer. And this one goes past the outside edge. A loud noise, but that's because the bat hit the turf when the ball was on its way to the wicketkeeper. So a lot of oohs and ahs at Collins, but it comes to nothing.
Yeah, I believe from young Nicholas here, he's honestly he will be a very promising fast bowler. This one's tucked away off the hit from Jaira.
Dominic Bihari does some work there at backward square, single and offer.
What I was saying, young Nicholas, he will be a handful. He'll be a very good handful.
But as you know as well, Collins, height sometimes could be, you know, a really good attribute.
This one played very nicely through Javante Mears
Some
as they
lovely
pick up
feeling,
a single and some lovely feeling there from the
extra
deep cover
cover, Sajid
boundary
Ali.
from young Sajid Ali. Very good feeling indeed.
Yeah, Sajid Ali throwing his body around here at Alexandra College grounds here. And a bit naughty there from Alex. And coach signals a wide. So Nicholas continues from the school end and going for that expansive drive there. And you could see that he's getting a little bit frustrated now, Collins, the batter, right? His head was up in the air. Head wasn't going to the pitch of the delivery, hence the reason why he would have missed that expansive. So at the end of over number 12, the score 44 after 12, 44 for the loss of one wicket. So Alexandra College is struggling a little in this run chase here at their college grounds. Collins.
Um, Honestly, I believe we still have the batting to pick back up beyond the score. I mean, as also was said earlier, it's a very small ground. It isn't the biggest. It isn't as big as Harrison's College. So 200 runs here
It's gettable.
is very gettable.
Yeah, totally agree. So it's going to be Daniel from the northern end. And again, he goes past the outside edge. Wicketkeeper Ryan Gooding doing some good work there. A bit naughty by dispensing of the ball, but Daniel continues. And this one is lofted down to extra cover. Some excellent work there by Dominic Bihari, saving what would have been a boundary, Collins. Your thoughts on that bit of feeling there?
Yeah, very nice. He came around quickly to collect that one and return it in. But I believe if Javante had hit that one on the ground a bit hard, I believe that he would have got his four. Jerry on the back foot, taking the
So the coach has signaled a run out. So hitting the ball straight to the fielder there. It is always going to be a touch and go situation there, Collins.
Honestly, Javante isn't really our quickest runner. He isn't the fastest runner between the wickets. But I honestly believe that there's no single there,
No,
especially running with someone like Javante.
yeah, that ball being hit straight to Laurel Gasipi, who just spin around and rifle a return into Rehan Gooding, and he said, "Thank you very much." He whipped the bails off in a flash, and wicket number two goes down at Alexandra College grounds.
Yeah, so my next win complete. And I'm not seeing it.
Wait, so just doing manual scoring, that's all.
I do this. I do it.
Yeah,
If it's showing here, I mean it must be somewhere, right?
yeah.
Look, okay, that's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is Alman
Almond. Almond, the right time off spinner, offie, right? He does bowl some off breaks as well. Where is Springer today, Collins?
Springer. He's here, but I'm not seeing him today. I'm not seeing him right now.
He bowled a lovely spell in that knockout game, that plate game, the other day. He was very impressive indeed. A Springer, right time offie, working in tandem with Moose, looked very threatening indeed. And this one comes off the piece off the edge. It goes on to Sajid Ali. So he's having a excellent day out in the outfield. Doing some magnificent work. A single. Hmm?
As Jerry gets back on the back foot, throwing his hands out at a delivery I don't believe needs to be played at. And this one is skied and dropped from the extra cover fielder.
Laurel Giuseppe making a hash of that catch there at extra cover. What's the score? Should we? What's here? 44. How many runs again now? What, 3? Huh?
Yeah, so 47.
47, yeah? So that's the end of 13, yeah?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
47 at the
Yeah.
end of 13.
Yeah. So at the end of 13 overs, it's 47 for the loss of 2 wickets. So Alex Nicholas runs away from the school end. This one starting a tad wide and signal a wide by the umpire.
So here now we have a new batsman facing. We have Mr. Rashad Allman.
Allman.
A little bit about Rashad. He's been our main batsman for this tournament. He has 250. He has scored 250s in the Sagari tournament. His highest score being 77.
So Allman, one of the kingpins in this Alexandra school batting lineup. And it's great that when guys could have that level of consistency, it augurs well for their development. So basically, Oman is a good recipe. Who's the batter? And so Hadley on strike. This one squirted out to a square leg. No, no ball. No ball was not signal. Very close to a no ball. Dominic Bihari doing some work there.
This one pulled away from Allman. Goes all the way 4-6.
So a very poor delivery indeed from Alex Nicholas. They're pulling down that delivery, and a lovely pickup shot there by Headley goes for 6. A wide, 2 singles and a 6. And an excellent comeback indeed, but some
And I don't know what was the intentions there from
Jayden Salafa, but made a hash of that. There was absolutely no backup there from UV Singh, and hence the reason that ball ran away into that long on position for 4 runs.
Done. I go to my public performances. Don't get frightened. Your public performances, you have some good performances. You have some good performances.
And he had beaten Orleans up, is heavily going for that booming drive. So 14 runs coming in that over. So it's now 61 for the 65 at the end of over number 14.
You making sport.
Mr. Collins, how many schools are involved in your intermediate that you guys play?
Yeah, so
How many colleges are involved? Could you name the colleges that are involved?
our intermediate zone wasn't really us against other schools here in Barbados. We more play against other clubs, so that would
As a
be
school?
as a school, yeah. So
Or so you
honestly,
play in the BCA intermediate competition? That's what you're saying?
eh, so honestly, honestly, it's a good experience for us as schoolboys to play against guys that have played for West Indies and Barbados at our age.
Very interesting indeed. You make mention that you all are playing in that competition. Hence the reason why Barbados youth cricket is extremely strong. You guys seem just to blow away the regional tournaments every year in, year out, at all the various age group levels.
Yeah,
But I knew for a fact that you guys had two under 15 teams playing in the Gary Silvers tournament as well as the part of their development this in edition 2026.
yeah, we did. What I believe though.
So, new bowler, UV Singh from the northern end, right hand leggy, and immediately bang on target. It's played down to Castello at long on. So a single to start the over. It brings Headley. It brings Headley back on strike. This one is played out neatly off the back foot by Headley. Goes down to the sweeper. There's a single on offer. So the score moves up to 67.
68 for two.
65 on two man. Huh? And bang on target is a UV. And this one is squeezed through backward square for a boundary. Very footed, yes, indeed. Lovely delivery there. Beaten but jamming down on that ball. And it runs away through a backward square for a boundary. So you will probably count himself very unlucky there, Collins.
Yeah, yeah, he would for sure. Honestly, not a bad delivery, but I mean, Rashad responded very well, getting his hands down pretty quickly behind it. This one is short as Almond missed out on some runs.
Yeah, Oman looking to play that forcing back foot cover drive there. And the reason why he missed the ball is because he was pulling away rather than getting back and across and staying side on to make contact. This one is caressed to extra cover. Daniel does the feeling. So at the end of the over, the score is
72 for 2 after 15 overs.
72 for 2 after 15 overs. So you be just getting in.
He's a very talented young man, I believe. Um, and as being a left arm spinner himself, you will be one to look at for sure from a lot of coaches as a new addition to the West Indies bowling attack vital laws.
Vital laws, yeah. So he's doing the exact same stuff. Right at back of the arm wrist spin. So skipper Philip just doing some adjustment to the field. Rolling with a slip, backward point, cover, sweeper on the boundary. In comes Salafel from the school end. And this one is muscled down to long on, where the Sydney Rifles are returned. So a huge no ball there from Salafel to start his spell. A free hit offer here.
Here we have a free hit coming up. Allman will be the batsman to face it as he muscles this one straight back over the bowler's head. 4-6. What a wonderful striker of the ball Rashad Allman is.
Yeah, Almond taking him downtown there, high and handsome from that free hit, and that's what you need sometimes to get your innings going there. Salafal, very naughty indeed, crossing the front line and paying the ultimate price. But what a excellent cricket shot there from the young man. Yeah. Yeah. So the ball has now come back onto the park.
Over. Yeah.
So that's a monstrous hit there
from Mr. Allman.
Mr. Allman. But we do expect these things happening from a wrist spinner. It's a very difficult art, to perfect. So time and time again, they will pull down. You will get that rank, long hop, or full toss, as the case may be. And here he goes past Orland's outside edge. So excellent comeback indeed. Yeah. I do have some time for this young man, Collins, because I honestly think that he's got the skill sets, to keep progressing. This one pulling down, and skipper Zion Phillip guilty of not giving this young man the protection. I am very disappointed indeed, because we do have chats about that. When these wrist spinners come on to bowl, they need to have the protection out on the boundary.
I really do agree, and especially on a very small ground like this,
Exactly.
Alexandra, you're really gonna need your protection because small ground, and you have a batsman who has been informed for a whole season, he will be
He will be
he
licking
will
his.
be attacking.
So Dominic is
A little bit
looking
of a
to go to
feeling
deep mid
change.
wicket, but he's too much in front. If you ask me at this stage,
And this one driven beautifully off of the back foot from Rashad Allman. Goes
lovely back foot
all the
cover
way
drive.
for 4. Just beating the fielder here at extra cover.
So Allman giving
As
some impetus to this innings at this stage. Salafal really struggling now, having delivered that no ball that went for a maximum.
I believe one thing that Rashad does very well, he allows the ball to come to him. He doesn't go for the ball. As this full toss is driven beautifully through the cover region from Rashad Allman.
So another boundary there from Oman. Lovely fluid cover drive there from him. And it goes for another boundary. So Salafal really under the pump here in, at Alexandra School.
You would expect this from Rashad at this stage, as he, as a batsman, he when he feels bat on ball, he
Yeah.
really gets going. So that gives him his confidence. So what I would say, honestly, you can't give Rashad any arms. You got to be tight from
Yeah,
ball
and
one. You
you
got to
know,
stay there.
you gotta be bowling wicket to wicket, yeah?
Honestly, not only for Rashad, for any batsman.
Yeah.
And for myself as an opening bowler, I don't really like to see a batsman set, because when I see a batsman set, then my game plan has to be changed. As this one is swept from Rashad Allman through the square leg region, as square leg runs down, chases it, and gets in as Allman picks up 2 runs.
So at the end of over number 16,
At the end of 16, your score is 94 for 2.
94 for 2 after 16 overs. So that over from Salafal going for 22 runs.
Very expensive over, if you ask me.
Very, very expensive in terms of what he does, but you gotta compliment Oman for the manner in which he has taken him apart in that over. So it's going to be UV canvassing to continue from the southern end. And this one is muscled through extra cover there. Lovely flowing extra cover drive for 4 runs. So 4 to the total. So there has been some acceleration in the scoring at this stage. And this one goes down to long off, single on offer. So Kanta Singh just guilty of bowling a bit too full. And this one is short, goes down to mid wicket, and Jaden Salafal makes a hash of it and it goes
That
into the
is
boundary for four. So a bit of acceleration here from Alexandra College here in pursuit of 246 for victory.
also that
Some
boundary
extremely poor
has
feeling indeed from this young man, taking his eyes off the ball, only himself to blame for that. What should have been a single resulted in a boundary.
which that also brings up 100 runs
So
for
100
Alexandra
in over number 17 now is in progress.
over number 17. Yes.
So Alexandra College really looking to press the accelerator here at the school grounds, having scored a flurry of boundaries in the last couple of overs. This one is played out to the point on the boundary, single and offer. And that is a googling operation there, beating Headley. All ends up there, looking to play off the back foot and beaten on the inside edge.
The So, coach, tell me a little bit about your stay here in Barbados. How have you been liking it so far? What have you been doing with your stay here?
Well, I must admit, Collins, it has been a fantastic time for the entire group, not just myself, but the entire group. You know, we're loving every moment. I mean, we've enjoyed the hospitality of the Bajans, you know, and everybody that we've come into contact, they've been very, very, very supportive indeed. And, you know, this tournament really augurs well, you know, for continued development. What's his score at the end of that over?
The end
Nine
of
four.
the 17th over,
Yeah,
the score is 108 for 2.
100. Yeah, 108 for two. So the skipper is going to continue with Salafal, and it just shows Collins that even though he's gone around the park. Yeah, even though he's gone around the park, the previous over, the skipper is still backing him, you know, to come and do the business. And that's what spinners need around the region, to have that confidence in their skipper that they will travel around, but the possibility, you know, of what they bring to.
A very beautiful, beautiful, beautiful delivery. I must say, beats everything, beats the bat, beats the keeper, goes away 4-4.
Yeah. So excellent delivery there. Beaten all ends up taking the outside edge and going on to third man for 4 runs. So and this Collins, this type of bowler, this is what they are capable of. Goes past the outside edge again.
As even though you'll find a lot of loose deliveries, especially from a lot of wrist spinners, they always tend to find themselves pretty quickly and pull back the game to themselves. So
Yeah.
what Ormo will be looking to do, he will be looking to score off of any loose delivery that he gets from any wrist spinner, any spinner in general.
So three dot balls in the books here in his second over, having traveled the distance in the first over for 22. And it just goes to show how momentum can be created, you know, in an innings very quickly indeed. with just getting freely. So this one is driven out to extra cover, single. It
Here
brings.
at Alexandra, our field isn't really the best, so you really gotta be on your toes, especially at this stage of the game. Fellas are gonna be pretty tired, but you really gotta go. You really gotta keep your head on, stay your toes.
I can tell you based on what I've seen, you gotta be looking at that ball until it gets into your hands because I've seen on a couple of occasions, in the first half of the game where the ball just takes off the surface and it could possibly take your head off if you're not careful. So Jalen Salafar there bowling an excellent comeback over at the end of over number 18. It's
109
109 for
for
the
two.
loss of 2 wickets.
Um, I would say this is probably a good comeback for year from Alexandra. As we lost a wicket earlier that we weren't really expecting, but from young Rashad Allman and young Jerry Headley, from what I've seen so far, I believe that if they keep their head on, that they can win this game for us.
Well, they definitely doing extremely good work. They're stitching a partnership together, which is very important indeed when chasing any total to have. And this one goes past the outside edge.
As you were
No run.
saying earlier, I find that a lot of our batsmen know that they tend to pull away to try to make the shot look
Yeah, you gotta
a
keep.
lot stylish,
Yeah,
but
you gotta keep side on. You gotta keep get that back foot going, back and across. And this one is played out to backward point. Levi Burke doing the feeling there. And again, this one is played fine. Goes down to third man. The turn for one. They're gonna come back very easily indeed for that second run. Orman uh, gets off with a breeze. Two more to the total.
very good display batting from these two young batsmen.
Yeah, showing a lot of maturity in this run chase. But they are gonna be tested to the fullest with these spinners in operation in their pursuit to that total of 246 for victory.
Yeah, I agree, but I have a lot of faith in Rashad. Rashad, he's a brilliant stop there from the cover fielder,
Zion Daniel doing some excellent work there on the edge of the circle.
and
UV
also
getting
a good backing up from the extra cover fielder as Zion deflects it off to him. Very risky single there, but they will get there easily due to that misfield that point, that backward point.
so at the end of over number 19,
Score is 113 for 2.
113 for two in pursuit of 246 for victory after 19 overs. So it's going to be Jadon to continue. And once the spinner starts pitching Collins, no matter how good a batter you are, right, they are going to put some doubts, create some doubts, especially if you allow them to just keep wheeling away. You know, it's only a matter of time before something happens.
Somebody get some water for Allman. Somebody get some water for Almond. As misfielded there from backward point as Jarrah picks up another single.
So Ormond back on strike. Shouldn't have gotten a single there, Headley, but so that boundary takes Ormond on to 48. And that's a googly touching down. Very difficult to negotiate, Jordan. Once it's spotted. Hmm. This one is played back to him with some excellent feeling.
Oh my God.
And that one goes all the way high and handsome over long on. Ormond goes to 54 with that maximum. 50, sorry, my apology.
A very commanding knock from this young man here today being displayed. I believe that if he really keeps his head on, keeps his head down, he will win. He will win this game for us.
Yeah, look very threatening at this stage, I must admit. So a wide signal. So you have to reload that delivery.
As Jarrah
goes through backward
driven
point
through
for a
backward
boundary.
point.
So Ormond really taking on this Flair elite bowlers. Yeah, so at the end of over number 20, the score. Oh.
After 20, the score is 130-2.
130 for 2. So we're going to take a break. We're going to take a break at this time. And as soon as the action continues, we'll be right back. Well, they need 117 to win the game. No, we made two. No, we made 240. 245.
117 for the last time.
Huh? Let's go. So we are back live here at Alexandra College here in pursuit of a further 117 for victory here. 10 overs remaining in this contest. Has been a change. The wicketkeeper Ryan Gooding giving way to Giuseppe. Laurel Giuseppe. The new bowler from the northern end, Sajid Ali, comes on. Exactly. So the long on making that adjustment now. This goes a tad wider. Sajid Ali right arm leggy. So another spinner on comes on.
Yeah, as I said earlier, Trinidad has a lot of spinners. As this one is bowled full toss,
And it's
as
gone.
Rashad Allman just
Lofted that ball high and handsome over long on for a maximum. So game on here at Alexandra College. Orman doing the bulk of the heavy lifting, taking on this Flair elite bowlers.
yeah, as I said, you gotta be bang on target from ball one, especially to Rashad.
It's
He's a
destructive.
very destructive batsman.
Yeah.
Yes, I said as very well described.
Yeah.
Very very destructive batsman, and when he gets going, it's hard to
To
it's
stop.
hard to shut him down.
So Flair Elite Sports now in dire need of a breakthrough here. They need to break this partnership if they are to regain some kind of control in this contest.
See here now, as we have a change of a ball.
Yeah, apparently the ball has disappeared out of sight.
No, you got to be bang on target. But I know it's gonna be difficult, especially at this stage, and as a wrist spinner, it's gonna be very hard to land the ball.
Yes, it's always challenging, but it's important for them to remain patient as a team. Because anytime you go searching is where you could travel as well. So it's important to relax the field, as we say, give your bowlers the protection and back them. And this one,
That's a very good combat delivery, bringing Almond forward.
and that's what you want to do. You want to bring him on the front foot. You don't want to give him any leverage whatsoever. So good comeback delivery there from Sajid Ali. Right arm leggy. This one is lofted. Goes past Sajid. A single. One to the total. 7 runs and 3 deliveries.
And as you can see, Rashad is a very tall batsman. So as we would say, he has very long levers that would help him to reach those sort of deliveries. As this one is dragged down and pushed down the leg side, goes to the fine leg area for four.
So 5 wides there. 5 to the total. So it's 12 runs coming in this over thus far.
A very good attempt there for a run out as Jarrett hits a very risky single.
Yeah, that possibly was a quota peed from hitting the sticks there. But at this stage, they got that momentum. They have that understanding, batting understanding. So they'll be trusting each other's instinct to go through.
This one is wide outside the off stump. Allman rocks back and cuts it through that cover region for four. A very commanding knock here from Rashad Allman as he.
Yeah, Rishad Oman continues to display a high level of batsmanship here in this run chase of 246 required for victory. Thus far, this over has gone for 16 runs and really under the pump now, the Flair Elite team. How are they going to respond?
As put down there at square leg. It was swept pretty hard from Rashad.
But
It's been
Isaiah
given-
Graham, they're very close to the bat indeed. Making a valiant attempt. Unfortunately, it didn't stuck. So another one goes a begging. And at this stage, Flair Elite Sports really looking for that breakthrough. Had it come then, they could have, really try and control the scoring. But unfortunately, that catch goes down. It's going to be Dominic Bihari who is going to be brought into the attack. Right arm seamer.
So that brings an end to the 21st over. Score is 145 for 2.
So exactly 101 required from 9 overs.
Um, I believe it's a very gettable total from seeing seeing how Rashad is batting and Jared they're sticking in at the other end with him. So what are your thoughts about that?
Yeah, it's indeed gettable with both these batters going guns at this time. Really under the pump at this stage. But a wicket here now could really change the course of this run chase. Desperately needed a breakthrough here. It's a Flair Elite Sports. Good to see some excellent batting from Oman and Headley. And this one he backs away and will get a single. Headley. That brings Oman on strike. Dominic. This one is played out to cover point, a single on offer. Oman goes up by one. Oh my goodness. And this one goes past the keeper. You can't fault him there. That ball hitting and really bouncing awkwardly, but five wides in the books.
So I know we were speaking about Rashad earlier, but can't forget about young Jerry Helly there on who is on strike now.
Yeah,
A little
Headley.
bit about Jaira. Jaira is he's one of our youngest members here on the team actually, and
How old is he?
he is around 14, 15 years old.
Excellent.
And for his age, he's a very talented young man. Um, hasn't really been getting much scores as of this year, but from last year he's been scoring hundreds, he's been scoring 50s very consistently. And I believe that as young as he is now, I believe once he gets older, he gets bigger, he gets stronger, that he will be able to push on those scores a lot.
Well, that's refreshing to hear from you, Collins. That young Headley, is he related to the late great George Headley?
I'm not sure. I would have to ask him that, but as this one very stylishly pulled off of the hip from Rashad Allman that goes all the way 4-6.
Yeah, had Brian Lara been at this venue, he would have been very proud of that shot, getting that left left leg up and playing that pickup shot over a deep backward square for a maximum.
This one driven past mid off beautifully with a high elbow from Rashad Allman. This young
Another
man
fine
will
shot
be
here.
going. This young man will be going places once he keeps his head on.
Indeed, a lovely flowing drive there from Richard Ormond.
As that boundary just brought up 76 for Rashad, which is one away from his highest score so far. as he cuts this one straight to the
Jaden
deep
Sadoko.
cover fielder who feeds it very nicely as Rashad moves on to 77. So after 23 overs, the score is 163 for 2. I believe that these two young fellows here batting that as long as they stick in and they bat time, runs will come because I mean
Definitely the
still have a very good deck that is there for batting as well.
yeah, of course. Excellent batting from both Ormond and Headley. Really taking it to the Flair Sports bowlers at this stage here. Under the pump, what's required now is a wicket. But it's gonna be Sajid Ali from the northern end.
They will be looking to really capitalize here on some catching practice, I believe, and you'll get back to Trinidad because that drop catch, that square leg could be very costly.
Yeah, it could be the difference between winning and the game going the other way.
As Rashad loses all of his shape there, letting go a very well swipe that.
Yeah, looking to take on Sajid and Karam downtown, but really train the kitchen sink there at the delivery. And why not? Sometimes in that mood, he plays a lovely off drive, a single. It brings Headley back on strike.
And as of now, Rashad, I would have to say that he is very much
Going
set.
past his highest score, yeah.
His highest score of 77, which has not been broken from that single. As this one from Jaira is
Hit straight to skipper Zion Phillip at extra cover. So finally the partnership is broken between Ormond and Headley. But take nothing away from Headley. Headley played a very good hand in support of Ormond.
I believe maybe his hands were a bit heavy there, coming down behind that shot. Um, I believe maybe if he waited on it a bit longer, that he could have pierced the gap maybe. Danny still go about right. All right, good, good, good. Eggs, it's a good day for me today. No, eggs.
But the game is just about to restart. Headley going playing a very good hand indeed, holding out to extra cover, caught by skipper Zion for the off the bowling of Sajid Ali. This one is Fadul dunk to short fine leg. Bap getting off the mark with a boundary, playing a fine glance down to fine leg. It's going to be Sergeant from the northern end. One is cut through backward point for one. It's racing out to the point boundary. The turn for two. And that is all they're going to get. And a wide signal by umpire Ronnie Cantusy. And this one is hoiked high and handsome over mid wicket for another maximum. So Oman really taking it to the Flair elites. Back, my apology. Getting into his work immediately and lofted Sergeant for a maximum.
He scored the 176 here. Yeah, 176. This is the so after the 24th over, the score is 177 for 3.
So 23 and 69 required in 7 overs, Colin? 69 required in 7 overs.
Yes, you are correct.
So we're going to see the return of Laurel Giuseppe.
Doing a good job? Or doing the comments, man?
Are you doing a great job, man?
I mean, this one here,
Oh, yeah.
4 for 2. Then I'm on.
Nah, you want to for 177.
69 required in 7 overs. 42 balls for 69 runs. That's the equation.
69-7.
So a little bit about young Joshua Bob here, the new batsman joining Rashad Oman. As we seen just now, he's this one here. Oman plays very nicely off of his pads. Some good work done there from Feeder, from the skipper. They're at long on. Very good work there indeed as they pick up 3 runs. So Joshua Bob, he isn't from Alexandra. He's actually from Korjampari. He's a very promising batsman. He hits the ball very well, as we saw as he swept that one for a maximum. And honestly, he can be very destructive as well when he's set.
Oh, a lovely delivery there from Giuseppe. Goes past the outside edge. And this one is played out to But wicket. Signal of excellent delivery there from Mississippi.
Let all do the prices. I send the prices before. Let all do the prices.
As Almond flicks this one away, very poorly fielded from the square leg fielder. What a very good combat delivery from young Giuseppe, bringing Almond forward with that nice solid defense. Reminds me a little bit about Steve Wall.
Yeah, the Wall himself, man who has shown during his career to have grit and determination.
What a
Lovely delivery there again from Mississippi.
right in the block hole. That is where he would want to be bowling at this stage of the game, especially to Mr. Rashad Almond.
Yeah, excellent delivery there for Mississippi to keep Oman off strike at the end of the over.
And at the end of the 24th over, we have 185-4-3.
So 46 and 50, 61 is required. 61 runs required from 6 overs.
Or you don't do that, but if anything, check out the grey nickel. Cause the SG no get away. I no get away today, no give me the SG today. So here we have Joshua Bob on strike.
So the skipper returns to the attack. Zach Phillip. He will be bowling to
Joshua Bob. At this stage, Joshua Bob, he will be looking to really go now because
a lot of wickets in the shed. So he basically, could be given the license, to take on the bowling and get his team closer to over the line. 61 required from 6 overs. Game on. Coleman batting has been in sublime form in this contest. And this one is played out to wicket. No run. This one, a loud appeal. Umpire Ronnie Cantor saying not out. So game continues.
as Joshua Bob loses his balance there, falling over a bit.
So two good comeback deliveries of the skipper. And this one goes past the outside edge of a Bob's spot.
Same thing we've been speaking about a lot, that a lot of our batsmen really do, they pull away just to make the shot look stylish. And as Bob uses his feet,
Trying to get long tongue. But excellent work there. 4 dots in the book.
for one.
Loud appeal, but it seems to have gotten an inside edge. onto the pad. So the Flair Elite Sports needs to be a bit smart here now. They need to open up everybody on the edge of the circle, allow Bab to get a single so that they could bowl to him in the next over. So everybody needs to retrieve. So plan executed. So excellent over Collins there from skipper Zion Phillip.
Yes, I agree. On Zayn, he'll be a very promising spinner, I believe. Um, he's very consistent. I would say he's very consistent.
How much more required there, Sharif? Huh? 186? 14. 59, 60 required. 60 from 6.
So 60 runs needed from 6 overs.
Six.
From 4.
60 from 5, right?
So 60 for so 186.
Yeah. Single. Swan was point into the leg side.
Yeah.
59 required.
59. 59.
It brings Oman on strike. Had a lovely,
Very
lovely Yorker indeed. Right on the crease. Nothing Oman could have done there other than try to squeeze it out. And he missed there, Collins. It could have been a loud shout for LBW.
that's what it is to say. You miss a hit. And missing his line here as the fielder coming around from mid wicket gets a very, very unlucky bounce, which has been happening here pretty often.
Yeah, the outfield, we both agreed, it's not the best quality, but, for a school ground, it's still very decent, so that you guys could.
As this is
This one goes
charged.
down to Burke, and the young man holds out to long on, had absolutely no choice but to try and take his CP downtown. So another one bites the dust here in pursuit of Alexandra College, in pursuit of 246 for victory.
And as Joshua Bob is on his way back to the dressing room.
But Joshua Bab did do his job, Collins, and he tried to give that support to Alman, who is going guns, and taking on the spinners as well. Yeah. So at this stage now, to win the game, it's obvious that you're gonna depend on your batters to score quickly. Small cameos is what's gonna take you over the line. It's not about batting balls anymore. It's about trying to get 20, 25, and maybe 10 balls as the case may be, 12 balls as the case may be. So it's all about now. It's all about getting going. You have no choice but to put the long handle, as we say, to use.
Yeah, that's very, very well said, coach. As we have Danico Springer coming to the crease.
Yeah, I must admit, I was very, very impressed with Springer, where we played you guys in that plate game. He bowled magnificently, very early up in the piece. But he's got a job to do now with the bat.
Um,
It's going to be Giuseppe.
as Danico pushes his first delivery face to the deep cover for a single. Danico, as I said last time, Danico is a very promising batsman, but he what a very beautiful delivery ball from Giuseppe and fielded equally as well.
Yeah, so excellent stuff from this young man, Collins. Really, I mean, I must admit, you gotta admire this young man in the manner in which he's executing these Yorkers to a very well set batter who is in total control.
That is very, I agree very much. So after the 26th over, the score is 89-4-4. One, sorry, 189 4-4.
So 11 and 11 and 45, 56 runs required in 4 overs. So it's getting a little bit touch and go at this stage, Collins.
Yeah, I agree. I really believe though that what should be in the two batsman mindset is to really get Rashad on strike, who is the more set batsman. But also, I believe that young Danico Springer here, he can hit the ball very well. As long as he keeps his head down and he times it very well, he's a very classy player, as we would like to say. So
This
as
one is
that one
played
is played very nicely behind point.
and important, that Orman stays on strike for as long as possible. But at this stage now, it's getting a little bit ominous for him. So he may need to possibly try and take it on. How long does he wait? One will only have to wait and see. But it's now just about 11 and a half runs and over. And this one is played down to a long on. Some good fielding there from Castello. That's a single and offer. So every delivery now that required run rate does creep up very quickly indeed, Collins. To the side, Philip. And this
As
one goes
Danico,
through everybody, including the wicketkeeper for 4 byes. Very unlucky indeed from Zion Philip going through Springer there, neck and crop, and the wicketkeeper making a hash of it, and a 4 added to the total. So the wicketkeeper Ryan Gooding trying his utmost best.
as
And
Danico
yeah,
lets
he's got him neck and crop. That arm ball arcing back into the batter. You have to hit that ball as straight as possible. You can't really go across the line of flight, especially when it's the arm ball arcing back into the batters. So another one bites the dust here, Collins. But good to see some excellent dead bowling at this stage.
Yeah, I would agree. I would agree on that. Cricket is played very funny. 1 minute the balancer is up, and then next minute they're down. But
But
from here, no,
but
we
what I
can.
say to you, Colin, is that in any cricket game at any level, yeah, it could be 200 for two. All it takes, and you add 2 wickets to it, it changes the whole complexion of the contest. So from 200 to 205 for four, yeah? And once you keep chipping away at the wickets, it's going to get increasingly difficult. Agreed?
Yeah, I agree. Here as we have young Jared Jordan Collymore to the crease as he got forward and pressed that ball straight for a dot delivery. But at this stage, you don't want those dot deliveries to creep up on you. But I believe what needs to be done is for Jared to get a single, get off strike, let Orman be the
And
commanding
that's a
batsman.
general rule at Tom Collins. Even when you are batting or playing, and someone like Owen is on the go or is a senior partner, it's important that you do the fundamental thing, which is to get off strike as quickly as possible and get that set batter back on strike. So it's going to be Gasipi to the ball to Oman.
Right, so after the 27th over, the score is 195 for 6.
So 51 required. And this one dribbles down to Longman. Longman refuses the single, and rightfully so. But some excellent work from some really good deck bowling at this stage.
This one muscled to long off as
Taking responsibility to direct traffic and also to be in those hot zones, as they say, call it.
yeah, I agree. Honestly, I must say, and I must commend this team, especially young Giuseppe here, because young Giuseppe has me very, very impressed. Very impressed of his capability and of his skill, especially those Yorkers. Those Yorkers are pinpoint.
Yeah, yeah. Because as you and I know, if you miss your Yorker, you're gonna go.
As he hasn't hit the length that is required at this stage, and Allman capitalizes on that. Goes all the way over my wicket for a maximum.
Yeah, so an excellent pickup shot there by Allman there. Giuseppe just string in line and length and getting the elevation and hitting that ball high and handsome over deep backward square for a maximum.
Allman is how much was it?
93.
As that brings up 93 runs for young Rashad Allman.
So just about going to
Yeah. Right. So after another change of ball, we have Giuseppe still running in from the southern end. I believe that young Giuseppe should really stick to what he's really been doing, his from doing his bowling those pinpoint yorkers. I believe that he should resort to that as a defense.
and also as you would have seen as well, Collins. He's a good asset at the lower end of the batting as well. You know, he's no mug with the bat. He did play a couple exciting square drives during his stay at the crease.
Yeah, agreed. He's a. I guess I can see that. He will be a very promising all rounder as well. Honestly.
And remember, DCP is the one who had that pinpoint accurate throw to get rid of one of the batters as well via the run out route.
Yeah. So he's, as you can see, he's very athletic in everything And it also was informed that he also wicket keeps as well.
Yeah,
He
well, he
does a
doesn't.
lot of wicket keeping.
Well, he does, as we would say, you know, try and assist, but he's not an out and out wicket keeper. But he's kind of youngster Collins that he will not say no to whatever the team requires. He will put his body on the line. He will put everything on the line. Yeah.
2-1. Yeah, correct. 2-1 for 6. 95 at 6 is 2-1.
So
How many overs left?
after the 20th over,
2 overs.
the
So
score is 201 for 6, I believe.
so 45 required in 2 overs. But more importantly, now Allman is on 93. He's on par with Graham's score 94. So he's going. He's now in the
76 at 10, 86, 87, 88,
Ooh. Let's work, oh, let's work, oh, let's work.
86,
Let's get body. Walk the board.
87,
Got 2 after this, body.
91, 92,
Yeah. So Rashad is on 94 runs now. He will be looking to, and that is a very, very wonderful knock from Rashad Allman, bringing up his century.
excellent 100 here from Ormond here. Scoring unbeaten 100 at this stage. And keeping his college in the hunt here. Pitched up on leg stump and just flicked it away, high and handsome, over that deep square leg, and going to that magical figure of 100. Not every day, balance.
Alright, then before another area.
So, excellent knock from this youngster. And I must tell you, Collins, be I will be following, this college, whenever you guys play and stuff like that, to keep a track on how you guys are progressing, how well you all are doing as well, and also I want to also extend that invitation to you guys as well, Collins, that you all could, log on to social media, and keep abreast of what's happening with our brand as well, Flair Elite Sports as well. Of course, we are a new entity, a very young entity indeed, Flair Elite Sports. But I tell you, the management of this team, has huge ambitions, for young, aspiring cricketers. And that's the reason why we are here in Barbados, really creating an opportunity that normally youngsters will not have the privilege to be part of. And another delivery right up into the block hole there. So, 1 over remaining in this contest.
2-8.
And as the final over comes now, the score is 208 for 6. As we can see clearly, it's going the way of Flair Academy's way, but I believe that today everyone played some amazing cricket
Yeah,
from both sides. I really do believe that everyone played amazing cricket today.
Last over, last over.
2-8.
208, 208. 208 is the score.
44.
44 in 1. Yeah.
But no, less than 44 is
43.
No, it's 208. It's 208. Source 208.
Yeah.
So it's about 30.
No, hold on.
30,
38.
38. 36,
38 required in 1.
What do you mean?
245.
38, yeah, 38.
Yeah, 38. Yeah. 38 to win, 37 to tie.
Yeah, we win 45.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2018. No, no ball, no wide, no full toss. No,
So
no.
it's going to be UB contesting to bowl the final over of this exciting contest between Flair Sports, and it goes past the outside edge of Oman's bat. They're looking to go
That's good.
over a deep mid wicket, but some intelligent bowling indeed from this youngster. Very promising leggy. And this one is muscled down, but some very good work indeed from the skipper, restricting the score into just a single.
Yeah, you
So
know,
as a contest, Colin, we both agree that this game is literally over. As a
yeah,
contest.
it's over as a contest, but honestly, cricket is never over because you never know. Think something can happen. Um, but we really must admire the commanding knock here from young Rashad Allman as he pulls this one over, and they're running it two as Jared gets back there.
But in the context of the contest, I must admit, colleagues, that it has been a tremendous day for cricket in terms of the standard and from both teams have been exceptional. It has been a game that both teams and players will reminisce, over a long period of time. Even though that Terry Summers tournament, has concluded. But to have these games, and I want to commend you, coach, and everybody involved, for allowing us this opportunity, to come to what parish is it? St. Peter. To St. Peter, the parish of St. Peter, and for our guys to display their skill sets. You know, it has been a wonderful occasion indeed. And this one is driven down to long on where Levi Berg puts his body on the line. So congratulations to Flair Elite Sports on a very good win here at Alexandra College. On behalf of the management of Flair Elite Sports College, I want to say many congratulations, going forward, for your team, yourself as a player, aspiring to play at the highest level. My pattern words to you would be, keep believing, keep working hard, and don't allow the noise on the ground to, take away what your dream and aspirations are as a young cricketer. You know, your life changing moment, Collins, is just a phone call away. One one good bowling performance, one good game. You just never know who's looking on, and that could be the difference in your life. Could be the difference of the lives of your family as well. Because if you do well, obviously they will benefit from it as well. So again, on behalf of Playing Sports, it has been an absolute pleasure. And I just want to wish you and your entire school team, Alexandra College, all the best in going forward with your cricket careers. And, hoping, that you guys really propel yourselves to playing at the regional level, sooner than later. So thank you again, my friend.
Yeah, no worries.